What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today on this video, we're going to go over what to say when a seller tells you maybe on the offer that you give them. All right, guys, get into the video. We've all experienced this, right? We give an offer to a seller and they say, I got to think about it, or maybe I might do that, right? And where does that stem from? Where's the problem in that? The problem in that is they're too afraid to tell you no. Right? More than likely. And the main problem is you didn't set the proper expectations in the beginning of the call to get that desired outcome you want, right? So what do, right? So we let the seller know, hey, Mr. Seller, I'm going to let you know what the property qualified for, but what I need for you to do is, could you please give me a yes or no regarding the offer? And a no is perfectly okay at the end of this call. Yeah, I can give you a yes or no. Perfect. So that's one step. You got to make sure you set the expectation. Hey, can you give me a yes or no, right? And they're going to say, yeah, I could give you one. Now we've gone even to an extent further. Hey, thank you for that. And I just want to make sure, we're on the same page I'm just going to assume anything other than a yes, Mr. Seller, is a no. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. So again, you're already prepped the seller. Again, this is before you give the offer or anything, right? You're asking permission for them to give you a yes or no. And then you're also letting them know, I'm going to just assume anything other than a yes is a no. So now when you get to the end of the call, right, and you give them the offer and she says, oh, 106, well, I got to think about it. Oh, okay, I understand. Well, like I spoke to you a little bit earlier about it, when anything other than a yes, we're just going to take it as a no. And so it sounds like at 106 right now, can we both say that, since it's not a yes, we should just take it as a no. And what that's going to do is going to create the seller to give you one of those answers. And we're fine with a no. We truly are in sales, right? We're fine getting a no. We just hate those maybes or hate those I think about it because they tell us, call me back in a day, call us back in a 2, call me later. They never answer. They're shopping your offer. They're just looking to take advantage of, you being so nice to them and letting them off the hook that they can think about it, right? That's the worst thing we can do as salespeople is let them think about it. It's just caving in, right? So we want to identify what is the true objection because there is one there. And most of the time it's price, right? They're too afraid to hurt my feelings. So what I'm going to do is answer them, say, hey, again, I told you earlier, anything other than a yes is a no, and you told me maybe, so should we just take it as a no? Well, no, Gino, because a lot of sellers will say this. No, Gino, don't take it as a no. Okay, well then, is it a yes? No, it's not a yes yet. I got to think about it more, talk more. Okay, well, and I just want to be completely honest with you, Mr. Seller. You seem like a straight, forward person, and I'm very honest. So usually when a seller tells me, maybe, it's usually because our price is too low. Is that the case? Again, we're throwing stuff at them, trying to see what the true objection is. No, the price is too low. Okay, then it must be something I said. Again, throwing awkward things out there. So it must be something I said, because I know you told me earlier you could tell me yes or no, and now maybe. Is there something I said wrong? No, you didn't say anything wrong. It's because of blank, right? By that time, they usually will, help the awkwardness, right? Solve that awkwardness because we're going awkward questions in them, right? Is there something I did? It must be the price. And that's creating some awkward tension. And what that's going to do after the second, third one of those objections, those weird questions, it's going to force them to tell you the true reason. No, it's because you asked for so much access. And I don't know if I can get that access with my tenant. Got it. I understand. Well, what access do you think you can get with your tenant? Well, I know she could do it at least 2 times per week, but not 4. Okay, well, why don't we just settle on 2 right now? And then you can talk to her later about 4. That solves the objection. You get the agreement. Or, hey, you don't know exactly what her access is. Well, what were you planning on doing before if we just gave you an offer now and you accepted it? Were you, without even noting that we needed access, did you not think we were going to be able to get into the property? Well, yeah, I thought that you needed at least 1 day a week, but I didn't know you're going to need 4. Okay, well, let's do this. Let's just make it 1 day a week. You talk to your tenant. And again, because we're trying to do everything we can to get this agreement right now, because we know as soon as we hang up on that phone, our odds of getting that contract go out the window because time kills deals and people are going to reach out to this person. You think we're the only person texting them? We're the only person running TV ads? No. Mark Spain's on there in Atlanta. Multiple other companies. Are we the only one doing PP? No, everyone's doing every marketing source. So this person's going to get contacted between the time she talks to her tenant and the time we try to get her, an agreement, right? And the time we try to solve her problem. Now, so here's the thing. What do you do if you can't solve it? So I'm just going to tell us, hey, we'll take it as a no right now. And then what we'll do is we'll wait for you to talk to your tenant. Now, when do you think you would be able to hear back by? All right, try to get them to seem like they're in the control. Let us know. Well, I can get back to you tomorrow this time. Okay, this time is 5 p.m. Is there any way you can do it possibly a little sooner? Just because my offer, to be honest, like I said, we're taking as a no. We're going to put these funds back into the pot so that our other home buying specialists can, help service other clients. But I want to make sure I can try to get you as close as this as possible. And so the sooner the better. It's going to help me and you out. 5 p.m. is it? They respond back. Only 5 p.m. Got it. So if I don't hear back from you though tomorrow at 5 p.m., Mr. Seller, right? And I usually use the first name, right, to build some sort of relationship, but just in this case, right, Mr. Seller, let's say I don't hear from you back at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Should I just assume it's a no? Right? These are all important steps of the process to set proper expectations of the seller. If you can't get over that objection, right, you are going to, because you're going to tell her no. Like, you're going to you're going to end the call. Like, we're just going to take it as a no because it's not a yes. But I still want to make sure when I call you back at 5 p.m. tomorrow, if I don't hear from you, should I just assume it's a no? What is that going to do? That's going to cause a sense of urgency for the seller. It's going to say, hey, it's 5 p.m. the next day. I got to answer this, or he's going to think it's a no and I get no money, right? But, obviously they have other investors calling them, but at the same time, that's creating some sense of urgency for them to make sure they pick up the phone, make sure that they save our phone number, all that good stuff, right? So very important when the seller tells us maybe, they tell us, I don't know, I got to think about it. The sellers aren't telling the truth most of the time. So I'm trying to find a good way to say that. Most of the time, the sellers are lying, right? We can say that. We can all agree to that. And so we got to identify what the true thing is. Why are they having that objection? And most of the time, it's price. So we need to identify that. First, it starts out setting that expectations, right? At the beginning of the call, can you give me a yes or no? Anything other than a no, we'll just take or anything other than a yes is just a no. We'll just take. Is that okay to assume? Setting that up in the beginning before you give the offer is going to allow you to be able to handle that objection later on. And the more problems we can solve, right? The more objections we can uncover, the better chance we have at locking this deal up and the better chance we all have at beating our competition and other people. Because let me tell you this, a normal salesperson or even just a traditional, salesperson, they're too afraid to ask those hard questions, right? They're too, worried that they're going to piss off the seller, or they're too afraid that the seller won't like me and I'm just going to listen to them and I don't want to hurt their. That's how you lose deals, right? If you set expectations properly, the seller's going to feel that way to you and tell you the true objections, and you're going to solve them versus your competitor and lock up those deals. So you guys got some value from this video, please leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.